When I first started the Sabaitis Educational Institution, I started it as a way to begin to reach out to these kids that are being bullied, abused, because when you're tackling abuse and bullying, them are a few components that these gang members capitalize on to recruit these kids involved in that stuff. So if you're tackling this, you're also tackling the gang component too, because now you're bringing hope and encouragement to these kids. And that's why within the Sabaitis Educational Institution I created a proactive program, and that's called Reclaim Our Kids. Reclaim our kids from bullying, reclaim our kids from abuse, reclaim our kids from gangs, fears, from the streets. Whatever component that drives to go down some delinquent path. I mean, my father coming home from the bar and beating us up all the time. You know, beating me up all the time and smashing my head through plaster walls and getting beat with a belt that had holes in it. It's being abused verbally. You won't amount to nothing. You're worthless, and constantly hearing that drilled in your head day in and day out begins to eat at you. And then your ma's a gambler. Your dad works and he goes to the bar and he's an alcoholic. Get pawned off to my grandmother. Yeah, she showed love, but it's not the same as the mother and father you see kids playing in the park. So when I seen these gang members having these cookouts and stuff and having a blast, at least that's what it looked like from the outside of it. But later on, as I moved up in the gang, you've seen a different dynamic of what you hear about on the news. And that's really it's friendship. It started off just hanging out with them, partying with them, going to cookouts, and then from there people jumped out on them and then beat them up, and the opposite gang, and then started going from there, and then send you on different missions, whether it's stealing a bike or beating somebody up. But I channeled that rage. They even showed me how to channel the rage, and I shared that in my book. It's a process called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and in essence, I wasn't beating that person up. I was actually taking the rage and actually seeing my father's face verbally, you know, in front of my face, and I would beat that person up. And it was letting that aggression and that pain out. Most of these kids are on that borderline of going fully into it, and that's pretty much, you know, that's it for them, or it's sharing hope and saying, hey, you know, showing them love and encouraging that they don't have to settle for that. I'm passionate because if somebody would have reached out to me and doing what I'm doing now to help these kids, I wouldn't have gone down that path. Because the way we've laid out our program, there's a bunch of former gang members that come together and says, what is it that would have prevented us going down this path? And that's where we came up with Reclaim Our Kids, the mentor program, basically bringing validation, bringing hope, bringing encouragement, bringing a sense of that security factor to these kids, and plus, you know what I mean, over time, being a minister too, and bearing kids that are 12 and 14 years old begins to eat at you, and knowing that I know a lot of tactics and a lot of the manipulation that's going on involved in the gang, that's why I share my story. That's why I wrote my story, to give hope to parents, so the parents don't have to bury their kids. It helps communities to lessen the terrorism that goes on, where they're fearful to even allow their kids to play in the front yard. Law enforcement to help to suppress that stuff. Then you have a vibrant community, and that's really why that's why I do what I do, and that's why I reach out like I do. It's driven by passion. You can be successful in life no matter what hand you've been dealt, that you can be successful. And if any component within the whole book, the gist of it is, no matter the turmoil, no matter what neighborhood or where you grew up at, if you get your mind right, you can succeed at anything in life. And at the end of the day, that's the message of my book, that you can be successful, and there is hope for individuals, hope for families, hope for communities, to bring change to an individual as well as cities. It's dangerous work what I do, but hey, if I can save that one life, then it's worth it. Then it's worth writing my story. It's worth telling my story. And if somebody through my experience can change their life for the better, then hey, then it's served its purpose.